And I think I've made you guys wait long enough. So we're going to go into the first game. It's going to be set 2 of this match. F10EQQ versus PG Draxos on Blue Storm. Because, once again, we are missing the first game of GG Zerg versus Salvo. So, yeah, here we go. Game number 2 on Blue Storm. Going into the replay. I'm gonna just leave the score as 0-0 because I don't know what the actual score is. I'm too scared to actually look, because if I look for results on Wikipedia, I think I'll just spoil myself for the whole clan war, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, in the bottom left position as the blue Protoss, we do have Mr. Probes. And at the top right as the yellow Zerg, we have PG Draxos. So once again, this is the Pan American Team League Week 2. I was actually supposed to cast the Week 1 game between WCE and CR, but Team CR unfortunately dropped out of the league, so I didn't have a match to cast there. Yeah, this is basically, it's all, Pan American amateur clans, SK Gaming, DM, etc. And yeah, it's kind of just like a fun team league. So it's not like all the super top foreigners or anything like that. It's just whoever's interested in playing. So there's gonna be, I imagine, quite a large variance in the quality of the games here. Some of them are gonna be quite good. As I mentioned earlier, Terror and Kawaii Rice are both playing in the WCE versus SKA clan war that I'm gonna be casting after this one. And I saw some other high-level players like Tai2, for example, playing. So there's definitely going to be some Gosus playing, and some more some other lower MMR players as well, which is always good fun though, because the awesome thing about Brood War is pretty much no matter what level the game is, it's always a good time. It's always fun to play and watch, which is very nice. So. Probes going for the Forge Fast Expand on Blue Storm, which is non-trivial, let's say. As you can see, it's a bit of an awkward natural. That drone's not going to win against the probe, yeah. I mean, you can see there's like a downward ramp into the natural. It's like super wide open. There's like an extra little gap over here, so it's pretty hard to wall this in nicely. And even because you have to block the entrance to your main kind of thing. But then, your Nexus is kind of vulnerable on the side, like things can run around the back, all that good jazz. Kind of like, it's almost like a worse version. Well, I don't know, it's probably like similar to Destination. Destination's pretty bad for the walls too. Now looks like we have 2 cannons coming in for probes, which is interesting because the pool is actually not even halfway done. So this seems like, I think you could have gone Forge Nexus Cannon, right? I mean, yeah, it's a 2-player map, but I don't know, maybe, I guess he just didn't see the pool timing because he was too preoccupied with actually blocking this. I think it was an attempted 12 hatch from probes, that's why his spawning pool was so late. Because if it was an overpool, that should have been done already, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, Overlord taking some serious damage from this cannon. Good thing it didn't die, that's always very sad to have happen. And an interesting wall here for probes. I don't know if you guys can hear my crazy cat in the background. Huh. So you see, the problem with this is it's nice in that it's blocking the entrance to the main, but the Nexus is pretty exposed, right? Now, it's not really going to be an issue with Lings. I mean, even Lings, though, could harass your probes at the top, because the top half of the mineral line, in fact, almost the entire mineral line, I would say, is out of range of the cannon. But in particular, if there's any early Hydra play from Draxos, he's going to need a lot more cannons to actually cover everything, which is super annoying. In any case, something happened here. Maybe the probe built a pylon, but whatever happened, it made Draxos decide to build not only his first hatchery at the bottom right, but a second hatchery in his main instead of at his natural. So kind of an awkward position here for PG Draxos, although you can go for like 4 hatch or even 5 hatch before lair builds. Just go 4 or 5 hatch Hydra, and that's a totally valid build. So he could potentially just build another hatchery here as well before getting his lair. And I can see a drone coming out. No, that's actually just a rally point. Alright, never mind. Alright, so what else do we have going on here? We got the cybernetics core, that's pretty good. No drone coming out. He's not getting his lair either. He's actually got quite a bit of money. I'm not sure what he's waiting for. Alright, he's making some drones. Wait, why does he have so much money in the early game? I don't know what's going on. Can you have broken replays in StarCraft Remastered? I don't know if you can. Did they just fix broken replays, you know, where things get out of sync and units just like start stopping them in random places on the map and stuff? I don't even know if that's possible. It's all going on the way. And it is going to be a Hydra Den. You could have built this a long time ago, but that's okay. I do like the Hydra, going for Hydra against this. I mean, you can, as I said, it's very annoying to deal with this. Even this cannon against ranged Hydras is going to do nothing. The Hydras can just stand here and just shoot the Nexus. Like he needs cannon on the front side, I think. Sub-Zero, how you doing? Zero thinks this is a great gateway. It's not bad, huh? Pretty good. And looks like we're gonna have some +1 air weapons. Interesting. That could be slightly dangerous against early Hydras. I mean, +1 Corsairs are not really gonna save your front from a Hydra bust. But there is no Hydra upgrade in the den just yet. But he's making a lot of Hydras. I feel like an upgrade investment would be worthwhile here. Usually, I was gonna say, usually you go for range. You can go for speed first if you really want to. I think going for range is better. By the way, Hydras don't get stuck here, right? I'm pretty sure Hydras can go through here. They are skinny enough to do so. Looks like he's actually not. Looks like he did go straight over. He actually stayed to potentially look for this Overlord and then changed his mind. I guess to be fair, it was already at like almost half health because it took so much damage from the cannons earlier. And he's actually going for +1 Saire Reaver here, which is a very interesting choice. And this, if he gets the Reaver out, you know, fairly quickly, that could be good. He's going to see the Hydras now. If he rushes the Reaver out, I don't know, it's still going to be a little ways away though, because you see the thing is just finished now. Is he going to build? So support bay has started. Wow, this actually builds a lot faster than I thought. Huh, support bay actually, look how fast that's building. That's really fast. Reaver takes a while, but if he gets one Reaver out, and he is getting a shuttle as well, so that'll make it a lot harder for the Hydras to pick off. That will actually make this a lot tighter. But he's building the second Robo in the front here. That's a little bit brave. In the meantime, looks like a couple of Overlords spawned at the bottom right, and there's no Hydras down here. All the Hydras are going down to the front instead, but if he loses 2 Overlords, he's not even separating them. It's quite bad. They're taking the maximum splash damage. He's going to lose 2 Overlords this early in the game. It's going to be pretty bad for Mr. PG Draxos, although his range is done, his speed is on the way, and he did have a lot of money banked, so he can make a lot more Overlords if he wants, but the game could just end with this break. Oh man, we can see, look at this, a lot of cannons. I think the second Corsair actually saw the Hydra attack coming, so he knows he's in a pretty good position. I mean, he also saw that there was no natural expansion from PG Draxos, so he knows this is kind of all in with the Hydras. The second Robo finishes, but I think that's going to be fairly irrelevant. The Hydras should attack before anything can pop out of this. So there's going to be one Reaver, though. This one Reaver is going to be the key to this defense. That is many cannons making. The Reaper's a bit stuck. Okay, there you go. Now, it can't really be stuck because of the shuttle. Alright, here we go. He's going to go in. Not quite, but you can see the photon bolts missing. Is that what they're called? STS and STA. I don't know what that stands for. Does anyone know what STS and STA stand for photon cannons? It's like +1 is actually finished for probes. PG Draxos is now going to be infinitely supply blocked because all his Hydras are out in the front. And he's getting a lair. Alright, Mr. Draxos has decided not to go all in. I don't actually know if he saw the Robos. He probably sees the top one, right? No, he actually doesn't. Interesting. It's barely out of range of that Overlord. But he's deciding not to go all in. And he's building 2 hatcheries in the main. Wait, PG Draxos, bro, you gotta expand. This is like what the AI does. This is what the computer does. Is build a bunch of hatcheries in the main. Is he gonna go in? No. He did scare Probes into thinking that he was going in, though, so the Corsairs came back. Oh, surface to surface and surface to air. Oh, good call, Canary. That is very smart. That definitely sounds like what they would mean. Alright, so in the meantime, Probes has actually ferried his Reavers over to the 6 o'clock and is now doing the little sneaky base. It's actually very smart. And an immediate GG from PG Draxos. I mean, he's been infinitely supply blocked for the last several minutes, and he knows he couldn't break the front. So PG Draxos is just going to peace out of the game, and Probes is going to take it down for his team. Alrighty. So that means Vex takes that game, right? Alright, so Vex is currently up 1-0. That we know of. And I will go on to the second game. Quality game indeed. I mean, hey, it's the good old Manor GG out. That was a nail biter, guys. It's a nail biter. All right, set 3 is going to be a 2v2 because there is a 2v2 match in the PATL format, and it's going to be on Fighting Spirit. So here we go. Holland says, I don't seem to be listed on TL. I don't think there is an event for the PATL today. I didn't make an event because there's so many casters casting this. Hold on, actually, let me update my my score, and then I can do the thing. Wait, where is the score? Oh no, it's actually it's overlapped. Oh god, I made it so small. Oh my god, what have I done? Oh no. Wait. Alright. Wait, maybe I should put it here. That way it's fine even if it's a 1v1. That seems to make sense. Alright. So we're gonna give Vex the point here. There's no event for this. Basically for PATL it's kind of like it's being crowdsourced for casting, if that makes sense. So there's actually I don't know, 8 different casters signed up for PATL, since there are so many matches each week, and basically the casters can just sign up to cast any of the clan matches each week as long as we get full coverage. So I know Greth is doing some, Rise is doing some, Sham2 is doing some, Esports John, a bunch of different casters are doing it at different times. So yeah. If you guys want to watch VODs from any of the other matches, they should be available. Psionic Reaver should be posting them in the appropriate place. But thank you for pointing that out, Holland. By the way, how do you like your new sub icon? I got new icons, I got new graphics, guys. Oh my god, I want to show this. I want to show this off on stream, man. Guys, I have new graphics for everything. Foxhan is being a beast and giving me fancy graphics. That's so cool. Anyway, 2v2. I have not casted a 2v2 in forever, man. I don't really know much about 2v2. All I know about 2v2 is that 2 Zergs is OP, so it's actually banned. You're not allowed to pick 2 Zergs in Pro League. I think the actual rule is you have to pick 2 different races, maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, basically 2v2 is a lot more aggressive. So you're not really gonna see any kind of 12 hatch and 1 Rax expand the standard 1v1 builds. 2 gate from both Protoss players as we saw, or actually wait, yeah, 2 gate from both Protoss players, 2 barracks from the Terran, and an early pool here. Interestingly, an early creep colony from SoS Seville. Now this looks very strange, but I'm not actually sure if this is necessarily bad. It's probably bad that he went up to 500 minerals there for a second. But the thing is, I think, one of the strategies in 2v2 is basically, you and your teammate can rush one of the other guys and just knock him out straight away in the early game. Especially, if one guy is Terran, So if one guy is Terran, it's very difficult for him to help his ally in the early game because Marines are so weak. No Marines. So you can both rush the Terran's ally and knock him out of the game immediately, and then play a 2v1. So even if you're like technically economically behind the Terran, because it's a 2v1, it's very likely that you can catch up and win anyway. Especially if like one of you continues to be aggro and pressures the Terran, and the other guy can just economy up. So we're going to see 3 gateways from Shoop RL against 2 gateways. By the way, I forgot to call out the positions here. That probably would have helped me because I'm actually not. All right, so SoS Evil, the Zerg player, is actually allied with Shoop RL in the top left. So the allies are cross positioned. So white and orange are allies, and they're actually both going to attack Teal here, Mr. F10EQQ, who I believe. Wait, did he not play in last game? Was he Probes in last game? I don't know why his name is different here. Maybe there was some substitution going on in the actual games. Anyway, it looks like a nice little Zealot block here. So the Zerglings aren't able to do much. The Zealots could possibly do something, but 2 photon cannons at the top of the ramp for F10EQQ. No messing around here. He knows the danger, and you know, this is the thing. This is exactly what I said earlier, where the 2 players from SoS are ganging up on the Terran's ally here because they know the Medic Marine Force will take a long time to go over there. Interestingly, a probe at F10EQQ's base. So just in case the SoS team, white and orange, actually attacked the Terran instead, then F10EQQ could have actually built cannons at the top of his ally's ramp to help defend him, which is quite interesting. But it looks like instead, Shoop and Seville suicide most of their units at the top right, and this is prompting a counterattack from Neon SW into the Zerg's base. Zerg did try to expand. The Sun Colony, unfortunately, is not going to help him that much. The Hydrogen also, I feel like, is not going to help him too much here. It's my understanding that Muta rushing is the way to go in 2v2, but again, I'm by no means a 2v2 expert, so I could be wrong there. It looks like a little SAV spazzing out here. It's pretty cool that we actually have 2v2 in this clan war. I think, you know, traditionally, you did have one 2v2 match in Clan Wars. Even in Pro League, actually, in the original Pro League, they had a 2v2 match. I think they got rid of it to be only 1v1s, but their pro teams at some point did actually have specialist 2v2 players, but Seville is in serious trouble right now. His Sunken really not doing enough. Now his ally, Shoop, trying to come in. Well, he came in with like a couple of units, but now Seville is in serious trouble. Shoop can't really help him. The Medic Marine is going to town with the Zealot support, and I think Seville is now out of the game. So it's now just down to Shoop RL. What can Shoop RL do with his ally out of the game? I think he's even going to be eliminated unless he can build an extractor or something. No, he's actually going to be eliminated. So Seville's gone. So it's now a 2v1. Looks like Shoop has decided to actually counterattack the Terran, which has clearly not gone well. And GG from Shoop. Figures he can't play the 1v2, especially with the counterattack not doing anything. And that means that VexX's 2v2 squad take another win for their team. Alright. So, Team Vex with the 2-0 so far. Let me take out Shoop and Seville. Oh, see you later, Holland. Okay. Harm says they got rid of 2v2 because of hunters. Why would they get rid of 2v2 because of hunters? Wouldn't they just get rid of hunters? What's up, Bandit Master? Alright, anyway. I will go on and make game number 4. Again, I don't know the result of the first game, but due to the way this is actually played out, which is these are kind of just played in whenever the players have time, it's not actually, you know, all played on the day. I believe all 4 first matches will be played regardless of the result. So, let us go into the next game. At the top left, or middle left, I guess, as the green Protoss, we're going to have Shoop RL, who I believe was the white Protoss last game in the top left, unable to save his ally. Or was he the Zerg? No, the Zerg was Siebel. Okay. So his opponent's going to be Vex Neon SW here as the brown Terran. So I guess he was the orange Terran from last game. That would make sense. And I'm going to try and update the score here. So 2-0 in favor of Vex, which is pretty cool. You know, I don't know too many of these teams, but I know that my friend and fellow caster Kix is on Team Vex, so cheering for them, I guess. Apparently, 2v2 hunters are really bad in Pro League. But seriously, why didn't they just get rid of hunters? Like, they could just play 2v2 Fighting Spirit like we're doing here. I guess maybe back then Fighting Spirit didn't exist. Yeah, actually, that's almost certainly the case that Fighting Spirit didn't exist back then. But surely you could play like 2v2 Python. Python must be pretty old. Or, you know, you can just play like 2v2 Fastest, because that's the greatest map ever. Dude, I want to watch a Pro League that's entirely played on Fastest. Actually, isn't there a Fastest foreigner tournament right now with like actual prize pool and stuff? The Fastest is the best. Alright, so... Oh, it's probe. What's he want to do? No, he doesn't want to build a gas. Why is he not making a probe? What? Okay, he's making one now. Wait, what is... Okay, he's making a gas. Okay, so Shoop is doing the normal PBT build, but he's just like 100 minerals late on everything. Which is alright, we'll forgive him for that. Bisu played this famous Fastest player on stream and beat him. I mean, it is Bisu, you know? I mean, I'm sure Bisu is a god at, like, everything, you know? I bet he's good at Team Micro Arena. I mean, I bet Bisu could even reliably win Blood Pressure Marathon. Even though I'm pretty sure that game is, like, entirely RNG. Anyway. Looks like SCV and Pro both gonna scout in the wrong direction. By the way, if you guys notice, Moobot's spamming some social media kind of things. I set it to once every 10 minutes, but if you guys think it's too frequent, let me know and I'll set it to even less frequent. I don't want to be like too spammy about stuff. What's going on here? I got a factory for Mr. Neon SW. And for, ooh, look at that tree. That is a high definition tree right there. That's pretty nice. Alright, what do we got? We got 2-gate Power Goon. It's definitely not keeping up with the pro production though. So Mr. Shoop, if you're watching this, want some tips? Definitely make sure your Nexus keeps pumping as much as possible. Also, I'm not too keen on the two Zealot opening. One Zealot is okay, especially if you go for the aggressive harass. Two Zealots, Zealots in the early game are not that great against Terran. I mean, okay, yes, if you go like, you know, 1-gate forward gateway and constantly harass them, you can make stuff happen. But if you're just gonna go 2-gate Power Goon like this, you don't really actually need any Zealots. Especially if you're not going to use them defensively. Because when the FD comes out, okay, they can tank a few shots, but like the main thing they're good for at that point is just is actually dragging spider mines so your goons don't die. It looks like everything is normal from Mr. Neon SW, going for the mines, as we can see. So he's going to be going for that FD goodness. And the range upgrade, by the way, feels a little bit late as well, presumably because of the early Zealots from Shoop RL. Oh, probably should, yeah, better make that here. Whoopsie daisies. By the way, I feel like this gateway being here is going to make a little bit of a pathing thing for this goon. He needs to walk like down. Oh, you see, he needs to walk down, but then he's like, wait, no, I can actually walk through the probes. Wow, he actually got through those probes incredibly smoothly. He didn't get caught on any of them, which is surprising. But he's moving out. I like this, and you know what? I mean, the Zealots are going to help against the FD for sure, especially because the Terran's not really going to expect them. Now, normally the goons should be kind of a bit more aggressive here and trying to micro down the Terran army, but I guess if he's not super confident in his goon micro, he can just chill here. If you go 2-gate goon, you're absolutely fine against the FD, even if you don't take advantage of the walk distance. You're not actually pulling 2 SCVs here, which is pretty aggressive for an FD, and immediately realizing he can't actually fight this. 2 Zealots and 4 goons is no joke. So, you know, he knows as an FD player, when you see 2-gate goon, you just gotta play defensively. Now, Shoop needs to be careful though, because he's just gonna kill himself on these mines. The Zealots are not doing their job. That they should have suicided on the mines. So that's unfortunate. Oh, Bob says he scouted the 2 Zealots. Ah, well, makes sense. Looks like one Vulture actually sneaking around the side. He's only got 1 mine left, so shouldn't do too much damage. But you never know with these sneaky Vultures, man. You never know. Just gonna keep clicking on stuff since I can actually see things in this replay. Is this? Okay, is this a rally point? That's it's a bit close to a mine for comfort. Or mind? A mine. Oh, hey, he's doing it! He's gonna do the mine drag. Should probably only use 1 for that, so you don't splash each other. Except he actually missed the mines, interestingly. Huh. Looks like a mine is actually now blocking the natural. Whoa, hello! Wait, did all the goons leave? Oh my god, they're all actually rallied to the front! Oh my god, oh no! Oh no! Shoop! You need dragoons here! Oh no! Oh man, this is why you don't want to rally all your dudes to the front. Oh man. Alright. I guess I cast a cursed him because... I cast a cursed him because that Vulture just got 10 probe kills. Holy. That is severely unfortunate for Shoop RL. Especially because his goons aren't even doing anything at the front. Are they gonna... Oh no! Oh no! Alright, Zealots, you're fired. You guys are fired. Get out. Oh my god. Dude, if this was Gordon Ramsay's kitchen, he'd be yelling all kinds of profanities at these Zealots right now. Freaking donkeys, not clearing mines properly. Jeez. Alright, well, things are definitely taking a bad turn here for Mr. Shoop. Very smartly not mining gas right now, because he doesn't really have any need of it. He doesn't actually even have a robo, so you can't see anything. There's no way he's going to bust this. I wonder if he's just going to try an all-in attack here. Oh no, he does have a robo. Wow, he's actually going Reaver. Alright, just kidding. I like the little upside-down cross with his pylons, which was actually scouted by Neon. Neon also scouted the support bay as well, so he's going to be well prepared for the incoming Reaver. Oh no. Wow, that was actually really big. Alright. Oh no! He didn't even clear the mine! He just got obliterated by the siege tanks. Oh man, poor Dragoon. You know, even though Neon scanned that robo, he's actually got very little anti-Reaver defense. He's actually, I guess, just going to attack and force the Reaver to be used defensively. It looks like the 2 Zealots got blown up. Dragoons need to peace out here. There's almost 1 siege tank per Dragoon. Actually, there is exactly more than 1 siege tank per Dragoon. Alright, come on, let's go. Let's go make a Reaver. Alright, Reaver's on the way. I mean, he's got the reverse cross going for him. Maybe he can, like, summon a demon or something to help fight against the Terran. Seems pretty legit. Seems pretty fair. There needs to be, like, secret Easter eggs in Brood War where if you draw a certain pattern with spider mines or you make a certain pattern with pylons, you can summon demons from the Netherworld. How cool would that be? You know, you can, like, summon Diablo or something to fight for you. It'd be amazing. Wow, we even have good old Goliath from range to help deal with the shuttle. Is he going to reinforce with like 2 Goliaths? Not yet. Okay, he's making them now. He actually doesn't have anti-air here yet. I don't know where the Reaver is. Oh man, he needs. Oh man, I was gonna say he wants to, or he should load those zealots in the shuttle so he can actually bomb the dudes. Wait, come back, come back, Reaver, where you going? Come back. Oh, he's got 2 more zealots actually. Okay, well that's good. Yes, exactly. Re-Cyrillic. Jiraxis. Jiraxis would solve all of Protoss's problems right now. That's what we need. We need Jiraxis. Like this little spotting engineering bay. This is the most likely path for the shuttle to come in. I guess in theory the shuttle could also go around the back of the natural. What does he have over here? He doesn't actually have anything lifted over here. He's also got his SCV stuck. I think he could actually unstick it by making it mine gas. But oh, looks like we're going in. Come on, Reaver, let's go! Hey, 4 zealots, that's pretty good. There's no shuttles here. Alright, Reaver's in the back. Boom. Got him. Oh, oh no, it's dead. GG from Shoop. And Neon. SW takes the win for Vex, which means of the games that we've seen, the score is 3-0 for Vex, which means we're not going to have an ace match. And which means it's good. That means we know the result of the game, even though we did not see, or of the match, even though we did not see the first game. So congratulations to Vex for winning their Week 2 Clan War. And now we move on to WCE versus SK Team A. This time we're gonna have a few bigger names in here. So potentially some higher quality games coming in, and here we go. Oh, I'm not taking a break. What? I'm not taking a break. All right, come on, Obs, get with the program. All right, so WCE versus SKA. I do believe I have all the games this time. Again, apologies for the slight misorganization, I suppose. But we're gonna have some awesome things. I mean, just take a look at these lineup, guys. Terra's playing, Cute's playing, Kawaii Rice. It's gonna be pretty good. Talents, by the way, I think is also pretty good. I don't know if he has any AKAs, but I'm pretty sure he's a decent Protoss player, maybe. Anyway, Mr. Jake says, "Hey, Sayle, Team Liquid link not active." I'm not sure what that means. Are you saying that I'm not listed on Team Liquid? I am actually listed on Team Liquid streams, but I'm actually not in the regular player section. I'm in the organization section because, you know, I'm a one-man organization. That's just how I roll. Yeah. All right. Well, let's just go into game number 1 here. WCE Ranged versus SK's Terror. I believe this is the Terran player Terror, who is also on NB, plays for Team NB in Gambit's Cup. So let me grab the game, and we'll have a look-see. Set 1. Alright, it's going to be on Circuit Breakers. I'm going to update the team score, because we are now WCE versus SKA. Alright, boom. Did it. So, at the bottom left position as the orange Terran player, we have SK's Terror. At the top right as the red Protoss, we have Ranged. Is it just me, or is Ranged also, like, I don't know, a known player, I guess? His name is definitely familiar to me. You know, I feel like he was one of those, like, pretty good Brood War players that switched to SC2 and was pretty good at SC2 as well, but didn't become a superstar or anything. You guys know what I'm talking about? Just under the events, no link to stream. Is there actually an event for this? Did somebody make an event? Oh my god, somebody did make an event for this. Alright, yeah, thank you for letting me know. I don't know who did that, but yeah, thanks to whoever made the event, I guess. Huh. Cool. Alright, so I should be listed there now, or maybe after a refresh or two. That's pretty cool. I didn't think my my little cast here was worth an event, but hey, that's awesome. All right, so we got a. Wait, was this a pylon scout? Wait, that's a really early scout here. In PvT, I don't feel like this is necessary or even good. Like it's. I mean, if you think about it realistically, let's think. What are you actually trying to see here? So if you scout the Terran first here, at this point, like maybe you can do a gas steal, but that's a 1 in 3 chance, right? So that's not really. It's not really worth sending the super early probe just for the 1 in 3. But otherwise, I mean, okay. So let's see. He gets in here second. I mean, he's gonna see the barracks building. He's gonna see the gas building. Was it really useful to see the Terran this early? Because in PvT, as a Protoss, you're generally not really scared of any early game shenanigans by the Terran. I mean, yes, BBS is a thing, I guess, but realistically, how scared are you of that? Even if you don't scout it, it's actually defendable as a Protoss, and it's super uncommon nowadays. Because I don't think it's very good. So other than that, you know, the earliest rush that a Terran can do is a 2-fact, and you don't really need to scout super early to see a 2-fact, right? Anyway, to each his own. You do, to those who would say, you know, oh, it's just a probe, it doesn't matter, sending a pylon probe is actually costs you a lot of minerals. If you think about it, at that point you only have 8 or 9 probes in total already. So you're effectively losing like 10% of your mining just by sending out that one probe. And that compounds over the game as well. It's like a, you know, it's a continuous effect. So your whole build just gets slower. Otherwise, we do have a very standard build here from ranged. Getting Le Dragoon range. And a couple Marines just blocking the ramp. Everything standard. He's actually still got 3 guys on gas. But it looked like he pulled for a bit there, I guess. So he's going to make the command center. Yeah, okay, so he had enough for the command center. And so he just put his guys back on gas. So he's going for a very safe FD here. He's not 100% sure what the Protoss is doing, so... well, actually, I guess he is 100% sure, right? Because he's got the SAV in. He saw the 3rd pylon as well. So you know at this point in the game, Protoss only has 3 pylons. So actually, I take that back. Terra did see everything in ranged base. But just wants to be super safe and build this in the main, which is fine. If he built it here, the Goons could have a field day attacking this. But ranged is actually just going to go for a 1-gate expand himself. And that's fine. It's pretty good, especially since they're cross map. Much easier to defend the initial attack. Looks like siege mode is on the way. Excuse me. And that means we're actually going to see a siege expand from Terror. I've been saying it's an FD because I assumed that's what he would do, but he's actually going for a siege expand, which is also not that common nowadays. So a siege expand used to be quite popular. It's fine. I mean, you get your expansion very safely, right? Especially you can just put a couple of siege tanks on the high ground here, cover the natural entrance. The issue with this is that there is 0 way for you to pressure the Protoss if he's being greedy. For example, with a 1-gate expand, an FD would have the opportunity to put some serious pressure on this, and range would need to, you know, do some nice goon micro in order to defend. But because he's got siege expands, Terror is just going to have to sit in his base for quite a while here. So I think that's why most Terrans go for the FD nowadays. Just a little bit more flexible. I mean, if you see him going for, you know, 2-gate goon, as we saw in the last game on Tau Cross, then yes, you can play defensive with the FD. But if you see the faster Nexus, you know, attack him. Put some pressure on, see if you can get some nice mines off. It's all good stuff. I trust in Terra though. I trust in what Terra's doing. I guess Terra figures, you know, I just want to take it easy, play defensive. Maybe he feels like he's the better player, so he's like, alright, I'll just play a macro game, and I should take it down. Circuit Break is a pretty huge map, so if this does go macro, it could potentially be quite a long game. Although, since they're in cross positions, it could be a little bit tricky for Terran to actually move out. I mean, you don't really want to push cross map against the Protoss. It's a super open middle. There's no real terrain features in here. Most of this, I believe, is unbuildable, so you can't even, you know, build blocking turrets and depots and that sort of thing. So you would much rather spawn, you know, in a close position so you can push along one edge of the map. So this is actually a bit annoying for Terror, I feel. Like, especially like horizontal positions, I feel is quite annoying for Protoss in PvT. But in cross positions, Protoss should be quite happy. And he's getting his Citadel, getting his Observer, there's a few mines being laid. I like this. Ranged, he went for the 1-gate expand, and then played it very safe, didn't get greedy, didn't go for the quick double expand like a lot of Protosses do. Instead going for the Robo, getting his tech, getting his Citadel, getting additional gateways. This is kind of how you have to play. Now the thing is, can he defend against this attack though? His Observer's going to see it. He's been on 2 gateways versus 2 fact for a little while. He probably should move out to meet this and just delay, because if the Terran can walk all the way up here and siege, it's going to be quite easy for them to actually just slowly push across the bridges, right? He's going to move a few goons over here to clear the Vulture, but I feel like this is a really nice timing for Terror. Just a 2-fact timing, and could potentially do a lot of damage. Actually, it looks like Terror going to move along the top side here, take advantage of this little high ground platform, and start sieging down the Protoss. It's going to be very annoying to deal with this, but there's no Vultures here, no mines in the way. Actually, those Vultures are on the other side here. Terror pushing in from both sides, and the goons getting stuck against their own wall here, ranged, is really feeling the pressure. This is, I'm a bit surprised actually. He saw the attack coming all the way from Terra's natural because he had the obs there. Well, maybe not all the way, but his obs reached the Terran army pretty close on that side of the map. So he really should have moved his army out a little bit, I feel, to gain some space, because this is just so claustrophobic for the Protoss. Ugh. Oh man, he's taking free shots here. Oh man, he can't even get in. Oh no, he's walled himself out! Oh no, he's lost like 4 or 5 goons for free. Ranged is in a very sad place right now. He has a shuttle. If he can get 4 Zealots in here... Ooh, he's getting DTs. Very interesting. Unfortunately for him, there's a turret already, and I believe comsats, 2 comsats available. With, wow, almost max energy. So, plenty of detection here. But he's actually going to counter-drop DTs, which is a peculiar decision. I mean, he could potentially do a lot of damage, but I highly doubt 2 DTs is going to completely kill the Terran, whereas this Terran attack is going to completely kill the Protoss, eventually. So, I'm not sure. Having said that, given the 2 turrets in the bunker here, it's almost impossible for that shuttle to actually do anything in the front anymore, so maybe this was the only option, but he needs to not take free damage on his Dragoons like this. And a second bunker. Look at how methodical Terror is being, even floating the engineering bay over to give some vision, and also to force the goons to attack that instead of attacking the units. And here we go, DT drop in the main base. Again, lots of energy on the comsats. All he needs is like 1 round of Vultures to come out, and he can defend this. Looks like he's not pulling his SCVs though, not really paying attention. This DT needs to stop attacking the refinery and actually kill SCVs. So he's going to kill a lot of SCVs, but even if he kills every single SCV on the map, how is he going to deal with this? He's built 2 Archons with his excess gas. He's gone up to 8 gateways, although unfortunately 2 of these gateways are unpowered because they were in range of the low ground. The DTs are still alive. Looks like they got picked up after a scan, but he's actually not paying... Oh, he wasn't paying attention, but it just dropped right out of range of the turret. 4 kills and 3 kills. Actually not as many kills as I thought. And the Vulture now going to take care of both of these DTs. And that's going to be the end of that. 7 kills, not nearly enough to deal with this. But the Zealot Archon Dragoon is coming out. 1 bunker does fall. The goons are a little bit stuck in the back. The Zealot Archon's trying to run in here. Oh man, taking a lot of damage, getting blown up straight away. And Ranged is in so much trouble. He just barely tickled the front of this attack. The DTs did not do what they needed to. I mean, he's just stuck here. He's still bleeding goons. And Terra is going to take this Nexus. There's absolutely nothing that Range can do about it. Oh my god, he's even got a stuck Zealot here. Wow. Alright, so apparently you do not want to build a gateway right there as Protoss, because that Zealot is going to be stuck there forever. Alright, this is the final attack, I think, for Range. You can't even kill a single siege tank. He really wants to kill one tank. Please let me just kill one tank. Alright, he got one tank. And GG from Ranged. Terror takes game number 1 for Team SK. Whew. Alright. Ranged has been taken out. And that means we are going on to Kawaii Rice versus Cute. I am super pumped for this game. I used to be a regular in Mr. Kawaii Rice's stream back in the day. Back in the day when streaming was just on livestream.com. There was no such thing as Twitch. I don't think like Ustream was even a thing either. By the way, why did Livestream go under? Because I thought Livestream was pretty good. Like they had their own broadcasting software, and they had like a web-based broadcasting thing, so that you didn't actually need to download any software in order to stream. You could just use their web broadcaster or something like that. So it was pretty nice for beginning streamers, but apparently everyone moved away from that. They also had some like really nice multi-stream functionality, from what I remember. Anyway, enough of that. Kawaii Rice versus Cute. I think this is going to be a TVZ on Blue Storm, but I'm not 100% sure. Kawaii Rice, I know for sure, is Terran. But I guess we'll see. So, going into game number 2 on Blue Storm. And giving the point to SK. Alright, at the bottom left is the blue Terran. We do have Kawaii Rice, and yep, at the top right as the brown Zerg, we do have Cute. Now, Cute, I think, is a pretty solid Zerg player as well. And Kawaii Rice, it'll kind of be a question of what kind of shape he's in. If Kawaii Rice was at his peak form, I think I would favor him in this matchup. But at the moment, I'm not really sure. I did watch his stream, I think a week ago, maybe now. And he was still kind of, getting up to his old level. But it's great to see him come back, though. It is definitely great to see him come back. I do miss the good old days of the Kawaii Rice stream. I think he was actually one of the first streamers that I started watching. Because of the good old weeb music. Anyway, TVZ on Blue Storm. This should be interesting. I feel like I've just seen a lot of Protosses play on this map. And not a lot of TVZ. So let's see how this goes. Looks like Kawaii Rice going to go for the block here. Interestingly, Kawaii Rice's name is apparently too long. So he is Kawaii Rick for this game. And we're going to see an overpool from Cute. Interesting. Overpool against Terran. It's almost always 12 hatch, right? I mean, nowadays Zergs are overpulling against Protoss for sure, but against Terran, that's kind of interesting. So he's building a wall here. Now, I don't actually know how this wall works. If he builds a depot or a barrack or a factory here, that's not tight, right? It's still not going to be tight between the two buildings. So, I'm not sure what's going on here. Like, if he built the barracks here, that would be tight between the buildings, but maybe it wouldn't be tight on the right side. So I guess either way he would have a gap. I guess, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care that much about a full wall in, if he's going for the expand anyway. Because he's actually not taking the gas. So he could actually just be going for a 1-Rax expand with like a pseudo wall to prevent Zerglings from running into his base, I guess. Which is fine, which is good. It's not a full wall. Hey, Phasic4. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. And Cute does not appreciate this engineering bay, though. Definitely does not appreciate this. Oh, you might kill the SCV, though. It's not ideal. Doesn't. Oh! I think that was cancelled. Wow, that was really close. I think that was cancelled at like 6 HP. I was extremely close there. If you'd actually killed that without it being cancelled, that might have actually been better for Cute than Kawaii Rice, but I'm fairly certain that actually was cancelled. Just extremely close. Whew. Okay, wow, so we actually have bunker mode here for Kawaii Rice. Is this bunker entirely necessary? I mean, I guess he doesn't want to die stupidly to some early Zerglings, and overpull against Terran is slightly dodgy. But surely he could have just put 2 SCVs in the block and been fine as well. I mean, I guess the bunker will help later on as well. He's doing a good job keeping this SCV alive, actually. He's been on 5 HP for a long time. It's 1 Zergling hit away from death, and he's actually been able to keep this alive for a really long time. This is not easy. Meanwhile, we have the pretty standard hatchery layout here from Cute. This hatchery on the side rather than just in the main actually helps if the Terran player was going for some kind of sneaky vulture build. I think that helps to block the vulture run by. And it looks like Kawaii just going to poke around here at the front with his marines. Command center is going to be done shortly, so just wants to push those guys back, buy himself a bit of space. He's getting the gas, the second barracks. It's like going for a normal 2 racks build. It's kind of hard to say. Is that an eBay? No, it is the Academy. Okay, so it is just a 2 racks Academy build from Kawaii Rice. I guess that's what he was familiar with. I'm pretty sure he switched to SC2 before 1 racks, Fast +1 5 racks became the norm in TVZ, so he's probably not too familiar with that style. Oh, look at that little tucked in command center hat. It's gonna pop out now. Hey! Somebody said that this only happens with the pre-order skin, which is kind of lame. Should happen with everything, right? I mean, it's just such a cool little thing. He tucks in his little head. He's like a little turtle. It's like a little command center turtle. Alright, so things maybe going to try and pick some SCVs off on the top side of the mineral line. Be annoying. Yeah. Marines don't want to walk out too far just in case they get debated. Whoa, hello. That was slightly ambitious. Alright, that was a little strange by Q to attack there with those lings. You definitely should have pulled those back. Nice little micro by Kawaii, make sure he didn't lose any. And we are going to see a 3-hatch muta here from Cute. Who... Let's see, where is he going to take his 3rd base? I feel like Zergs usually take it at the bottom right from this position, even though I've been wondering why the 12 o'clock is not taken more. Because if you go on Muta anyway, you can help defend that, and it's much easier to defend this base with lurkers. I guess you need to ask some Zerg player about the reasoning behind that, or maybe the chat can tell me. So we've got some more barracks added on. Interestingly, range is only just started, even though he's attacking right now. Presumably Stim is done already though, which is probably the more important upgrade, at least until the mutas come out. I'm gonna grab a few random links. Wow, I thought that was a muta for a second. That freaking Kakaru. Where'd he go? Hey Kakaru, get back here. Hey, where'd you go, man? Look at this guy. Freaking Kakaru. Can I keep him oh, I can keep him selected out of the fog when he goes back in Fog of War. That's pretty cool. And I heard a scan. Yep, scan bottom right. Doesn't see anything. He's looking for the 3rd. I'm looking for Kakaru. Oh, it's gone again. There's one over here, though. Alright, sorry. So that range is going to finish, so now he's going to actually start putting on some real pressure, but mutas should be coming out, right? Okay, so the mutas are out, and they're going to look for the Terran army. Range is actually not quite done, I think. It'll be done in the next couple of seconds, though. So it should be done, I guess, like now-ish. Probably done. Yeah, okay, so range is finished. +1 is halfway done, though. And this is not a very big group of Marines. I feel like the mutas can quite easily micro this down. This should be a piece of cake for these mutas. If Cute has, you know, halfway decent muta micro, which I do believe he should. Alright, looks like he's being quite cautious about these Marines. I don't know if he clicked them to verify that they actually don't have +1, but Kawhi Rice is actually doing a really good job microing this. Did you see that? Focusing down one Muta already. And he's deliberately targeting individual Muta here every time they come in. But I think that's going to be the end of this group now. Only a handful of Marines left. Wow, gets a second Muta though, and a third Muta. Wow, 3 Mutas for that Marine group is not bad at all. Definitely not bad. I thought they would get taken down much more easily than that. Lurker aspect is on the way. I think another scan was just expended on the bottom right. You can see we have vision here with nothing present. So Kawhi Rice just checking that again. Definitely expects the Zerg to expand there. I don't know what... Okay, looks like a drone is finally going down there now. It's a little bit late on the third expansion here from Q, but he is moving into the main base of Kawhi Rice. Slightly wonky turret placement, although he does have the turret in the bottom left, which is actually doing a lot of damage to these Mutas, and it looks like it's actually going to work out. Going to delay the starboat once again on his way out, but oh no, he's actually stopping for some reason. Oh man, barely getting away with most of his units. A scan at the 6 o'clock. Interestingly, Kawhi didn't scan the 12 o'clock though. So I guess just does not expect the Zerg base at the 12 o'clock at all. And a Queen's Nest is here. He's ready to get a hive, but he just doesn't. He needs the third base, right? He needs the third gas for those hive units. There you go. It's quite late, but I guess it is kind of confusing for Kawhi. He's really unsure what's going on with the Zerg, why there's no third base yet, or he's wondering maybe is it at the 12? Is it even snuck at the top left for some bizarre reason? Who knows? That's a lot of turrets at the natural though. I like the natural turret placement much better than the main one. I heard another scan, but I'm not sure where that was. Possibly in the Zerg's main. We could have some hold lurkers here though. He could have even maybe scanned the middle for hold lurkers. I was trying to look on the minimap where he scanned. Oh, it's not hold lurkers though. And there's the scan. Is he actually going to fight this? It's a little bit difficult. Yeah, his Marines weren't really in a good position to engage there. So, just going to back off. That's fine. It's like Hive is on the way. And actually, Q going to kind of double expand here. Take the mineral only. Mineral only is not amazing in ZVT anyway. But might as well take that. Because otherwise, that would just be a normal macro hatchery anyway, I think. It's like 5 barracks pumping. Kawhi Rice just chilling in the middle of the map. Doesn't really want to fight the lurkers on the top of, like, I think this is a ramp, right? It's like a super long ramp. Doesn't actually have an insane amount of Marines. Might wait for the vessel, maybe wait for a tank or something. I don't know, is he making tanks? He's making tanks. Alright, gonna wait for the tanks, wait for the vessel, maybe even have his +1 armor upgrade by the time he attacks, which will help a lot against the lurkers, of course. And in the meantime, wait, he's getting a Hydra speed. What the? Why the heck is Cute getting a Hydra speed? Is that like a misclick? No, that can't be a misclick. How could you possibly misclick Hydra speed? Because after getting lurker research, there's no need for you to click on the Hydra den anymore, right? So it's got to be on purpose. Interesting, but he went for a hive, so it's not like he's going Hydra lurker. He didn't get the range attack upgrade either, I'm pretty sure. What upgrade is he getting? He's getting Carapace. So he's going for the normal Lurkerling Defiler. And just got, it's gonna have some fast Hydras. Very, very peculiar. And he's not getting Hydra range either. So I'm not sure what his intention is with that. I mean, I guess much later in the game, if he gets a sick Plague off on a bunch of vessels, he can make one Hydra that's super fast and run around and kill all the vessels, but quite a while before we get to that point. And here we go. Trying to bust up the ramp here. Here come the Mutaling. The Muta's actually pausing a little bit. Nice stim up there. Oh man. Really needs these lurkers to be a part of the action if he wants to go in like that. He could have done it actually, I think. If he brought his lurkers, he could have gone for an attack there. But decided to pull back instead, doing the Saper route. And it's actually allowing Kawhi to move up the middle. So Kawhi's not going to try and move up here and fight him when he has the good position. He's actually instead going to go siege down the Zerg's natural from outside here. And this is a super annoying position. Meanwhile, it looks like some Mutas potentially going to just pick off reinforcements. Looks like there's some reinforcements. This is a dropship as well, but a decent number of Marines. I don't think these Mutas... Oh man, these Mutas are not doing anything. Holy Mutas. He was trying to fly over to the third, but that did not do anything. And this is one annoying thing about Blue Storm, is tanks can shell your main your main building from outside the little cliff thing, which makes it super hard to attack into. And he's actually going to lose this. The Defiler's coming out, but if Kawaii Rice just focuses on the hatchery, I think he can kill it. I think he can ignore the lurkers and just focus on the hatchery. Is he going to do that? Yes, he is. He kills the hatchery, irradiates the Defiler. Looks like the mutas just gave up and flew off to the top left. Kawaii Rice has his third mineral only. And Kawaii Rice, currently with a 30 supply lead, and having just killed the Zerg's natural, is in pretty good position. But the bottom left is up with the Nidus Canal. The mineral only is up. So Cute gonna stay on 2 gases. He's gonna rebuild that natural. And he does have his hive tech, at least. So he's in good position in that regard. It's gonna be pretty difficult for Kawaii to actually make progress up here towards the 3rd or even the 4th base. Looks like instead gonna randomly send 3 Marines over there. But of course, 2-1 Marines, just 3 of them will actually kill 3 mutas. Marines are pretty darn good. And looks like there's a drop at the top right. We actually caught it. That's amazing. He's going to kill a couple of drones. And he's actually going to go for the spawning pool here. Could potentially go for the Spire next. Spire is always a nice juicy target because it does have less HP than most other buildings. And looks like he's actually just going to fight the drones and Marines. Oh my god, this drop is doing insane amount of damage. Even the Scourge don't manage to connect. All the drones are dying. Cute decided to just stay there. Meanwhile, Kawaii, with the main force, is going to the bottom right. There's an Ultra Cavern there, but there's a Dark Storm. The Marines will have to pull back, but the top right drop is doing so much damage. I don't know what Cute was thinking there, putting his drones back. These are 2-1 Marines. There is no way drones will do anything against them. Oh my god. Kawaii's not even paying attention anymore. It doesn't matter. They did their work. Holy, what else is going on here? What else could have been happening for Cute to just not look at that? Alright, looks like the Ling's finally moving in now. But if the Marines get a good position behind the minerals... Oh no, the medic is not there! Oh, but it doesn't matter, look at that. The Ling's only with +1 carapace against 2-1 Marines, and the Marines still alive, and now Kawaii's main force using that medic Marine mobility. Ooh, unfortunately for him though, losing the science vessel. But he could run around the back though. He doesn't have to go this way. He can go down here. You can run around the back. And another drop? I think that was another drop. I'm not sure how else those Marines would... I mean, I guess they could have walked into here, but I didn't really see how those guys got in there. But the Marines in the main base... Oh! Tried to get the hive. Man, if there were like 3 AFK Marines at the top for a while, if he had been shooting this hive the whole time, I think he actually could have killed it. But he is loading up double dropships now, while still pressuring the middle of the map. Looks like Cute is kind of regaining control of the middle here, but look at this massive supply lead for Kawhi. 150 to 85. One more drop could finish off this hive. Still no mining there. No mining from the natural either, due to that whatever random thing that was. Ultralisks are out, but he can't really afford too many. He is getting the carapace upgrade while Kawaii gets the top left base. And Kawaii's not even mined out yet, which is slightly surprising. This makes me think his SCV saturation is not the greatest. That might be perhaps one of the few things that I can actually critique from his game right now, which is perhaps the SCV saturation. But other than that, doing a great job. Maybe he can add a few more production buildings here too. He's been on just 5 factories, 1 port, 1 fact for... Oh, there they are. Okay, never mind. Excuse me. He actually put the facts up here, which I think it makes a lot of sense. You know, you avoid the weird pathing issues from this little thingy. You can just rally them up onto the high ground. There's more space up here anyway. He's kind of running out of space here. He doesn't want to build too far to the right because it's a bit more vulnerable to the Zerg. And looks like another drop in the back there. There was a dropship that looked like it went into the main base. A lot of drone side here in the natural, but the hive appears to still be standing. No! The hive was actually killed off. I'm so sorry. That drop actually killed off the hive. Oh man, I need to pay more attention to these dropships, man. I thought I was doing a good job. I caught that first drop in the top right. Then I completely missed the follow-up drop, which did actually finish off the hive. So he's rebuilding that hatchery now and continuing to put pressure on the middle of the map, taking a little bit of damage from these lurkers. But losing a few Marines here and there just does not really matter at this point. And he's even dropping behind the bottom right with just a single Marine that's left. Oh man, go Marine, go. Whoops. Meanwhile, vessels running rampant. And this dropship's gonna peace out. It took the medic home, alright. Good job. We did it, boys. Job's a good one. Look at all these idle SCVs here. Look at all the buildings with no creep anymore. Oh no, poor Zerg. Poor Zerg. It's like top left base is happily mining away. Kawaii, ooh, adding a lot of fire bats now to help deal with that Dark Swarm. Staying on the barracks, not doing the mech switch like we see a lot nowadays. I mean, he does have 3 extra factories here, but he appears to mainly be producing siege tanks supported by Marines, by Bio, Medic Marine Firebat, rather than doing the complete mech switch, which I think is fine, because on Blue Storm I don't think there's quite as many resources as on a big 4-player map. So this seems like a pretty decent choice. I do like the combined arms force. It's very cool. It's much more realistic, I suppose. Here we go, moving in. Oh man, Lurker's getting blown up as they try to run away. This mirror only is going to be forfeit. Nothing Q can do here, I think. I don't think he necessarily even needs to overcommit to this minute only. This is not the most important base right now. Gas bases are much more important, so might as well let this one go. No point fighting up a hill into all of these siege tanks. Kawaii Rice, meanwhile, taking another base here, has something like an 80 supply advantage. Now Zerg can do very efficient defenses with the Dark Swarm, but this Vessel Cloud is also starting to build up. Cute did kill a few vessels. Ooh, pretty decent plague there, catching onto the Bio. But now that the Science Vessels is coming, I don't see any Scourge anywhere. 2 Defilers gone. He's going to even irradiate these Lurkers as well, and then move back to the safety of his army. Meanwhile, looks like another drop attempted at the top right. Not able to do anything. A random Mutalisk. I'm not sure where the heck this guy came from. A random Muta was just chilling there. Kawaii Rice. Oh man, he's even sieging the outside of the natural. Look at this, he's got 2 armies. One army is up here at the natural. The other army is going down to the bottom right. I'm going to take a look at this. Looks like Dark Swarm is going to hold off the army at the bottom right. The huge army. I don't even have enough energy to deal with this army right now, but Kawaii Rice is doing it somehow. Look at that. He doesn't care about the Dark Swarm. He's just walking through it. And he's denying mining at the natural here. Man, Cute is got to be like in his head complaining about how unfair Blue Storm is. Because if you think about it, he's one big reason he's so far behind right now is because he lost his natural expansion so early to the initial Terran attack. And on most maps, I don't think he would have necessarily lost that. It was just because Kawaii Rice could siege it from outside this cliff, and that was impossible for Cute to attack into, that he actually lost his natural expansion to the first Terran attack. So that's pretty unfortunate there for Q. And of course, after that, you know, the drops and everything else is compounded into him losing the game. So I don't want to blame it entirely on the map, but it was definitely unfortunate. And here we go, Science Vessel Swarm coming in. See you later, Accept. Not enough. Oh no, he's going for the Eraser. Oh no, Cute's not paying attention. No. Oh god, the explosions. What's he looking at? He's looking at the front, I guess. Oh god. Oh no, he saw it, but they're not going anywhere. Oh god. Run, drones. Ah. It's painful. Wow, look at this multitasking by Kawaii Rice. It's actually pretty insane. I don't know how much practice he's gotten, but multitasking is, I mean, super difficult even when you're in practice. But look at him. He's got 3-2 upgrades as well. Really nicely upgraded Marines. Focusing down those drones. Look at that. No drones left from Mr. Cute. Down to 69 supply, 70 supply against 100. He's got 100 supply deficit to Kawaii Rice right now. And GG from Cute. Kawaii Rice takes game number 2 in favor of Team WCE. Wow, what a good game that was. Holy moly. All right. See, that's what I'm talking about. Kawaii Rice showing us what's up. Kawaii Rice. Alright, and that means we are going on to our 2v2 match for WCE versus SK Gaming's A team. And it's going to be Lumix and Tenryu, or maybe it's Lumix, versus GF. I don't know if that's supposed to be cutie and it's just a typo, but that's what it says in the actual lineup, so I'll just put that there. And his teammate will be Jamesa, and they will be on Fighting Spirit. So let me grab that game. and we can have a look. Alright, here we go into game number 3. The score is currently tied 1-1 between these two teams. And we're going to have top versus bottom action on Fighting Spirit. Alright, let me update the score. Rise making it 1-1. And for Team WCE, we have Lumix as the purple Zerg at the top right, and Tenryu as the red Terran at the bottom left. And for Team SK, we have Troy as the brown Zerg at the top left, and Crush QC as the white Protoss at the bottom right. I do believe Zerg is considered stronger on 2v2, so having one Zerg apiece definitely makes more sense than the last 2v2 we saw, where I think there were 2 Protosses, a Terran, and just one Zerg, I think. Right, so again, that means it's going to be cross positions our teammates, so helping your teammate out in the early game could be more difficult. And I fully expect 2-gate again from Protoss, 2 racks from Terran. You know, early aggression is the name of the game in 2v2. If you can 2v1 one of your opponents out of the game straight away, that is a huge advantage for your team. And we do see the 9 pull here from Lumix as well as from Troy. A pretty early probe scout here into Tenryu's base. I believe this was a pylon scout. Sadly, since this is a 1v1, I don't think a gas deal makes that much sense because the Terran will be going for Marines anyway. So you can see he's not going to bother with that. We're going to see an SCV scout to the top left. Going to see the Zerg player over there. And there we go, there's the 2 gates. It looks like all these guys kind of know what's going on here, kind of know what's up. The only player from this list that I know is Lumix, who is a TL regular. I don't know too much about him though. He's a pretty decent Zerg player. You can see both players getting their gas, gonna go for that Ling speed, get those mutas eventually, and there of course is the 2 barracks, as I suggested earlier. So the Zerg players with their speedlings will of course have the most mobility here. Terrans will generally have the least mobility, have the least power in the early game, I think. And it looks like Crush is going to send his very early probe scout over to his allies' base to potentially make cannons or something? I'm not really sure what this is for. He doesn't have a forge yet. I mean, I guess it'll stop him from being eliminated if he gets 2v1, but it's not very useful if you just have a pylon around, I guess. Alright, so Zerglings do see each other. Not too much else happening. There's going to be a forge here, okay. He can keep his ally alive with the forge. Interesting. So it seems maybe going for the fast forge is the way to go in 2v2. Like I said, I don't really know anything about 2v2. It was cut out of Pro League fairly early on. Although there was a pretty active 2v2 foreign scene for a while. I mean, there was a 2v2 ladder on IC Cup with some regulars up there. Oh, got some links from Lumix coming in here. Trying to attack Troy. The cannons aren't done yet, but the link count is pretty close, so the cannons should finish in time here. One SCV from Tenyu trying to help out. And whoa, actually, oh man, he might get in here. He can get in before the cannons finish, but this cannon is going to finish, and more links are coming in, so I think Troy is going to be fine here. Yeah, it turns out the cannons were completely necessary, and you can see the Zealots now go for the counterattack at Lumix's base, but they are going to get completely surrounded here. 2 Zealots were even coming to help out from Crush QC. But that means his own base is vulnerable. You can see the scouting overlord from Lumix sees no Zealots left in the base, and so his speedlings can run in here. Now there is one cannon finished. Probes are coming off the line. Oh man, this is so close! Oh man, and he realizes with the overlord that the probes are going to block. He's going to try and kill as many probes as he can, it seems. The Zerglings aren't going to really get in here, especially with the second cannon finishing. Tenryu sent his Marines over to try and do something as well, but with all those cannons there, not really much that they can do. Looks like Lumix actually got in with two Speedlings into the main base. This could potentially do a decent amount of damage, especially if Crush QC is not paying attention. Oh man, he's got some units over at Lumix's base, but Lumix already has the defensive Sunken Colony in place. These Zerglings, looks like they get one more probe maybe. Looks like 3 kills between the two of them. Something's going on here at the front. It looks like the last Zergling does fall. Now the Marines of Tenryu are in a little bit of trouble. They're too slow. Oh no, they have Stim, but they have no medic with them. So nothing to heal away their damage, but the reinforcements from Lumix are coming in, and it looks like it's gonna be in favor of Team WCE, this little exchange. Meanwhile, another hatchery being placed here from Troy in a position to even build some defensive Sunken Colonies, whereas Tenryu is actually going for the expansion here. Oh man, if that expansion gets online, Tenryu is going to be a powerhouse in this game. Remember I said, the strategy is one player, you could both go for a bit of an aggro opening, so 9 pool and 2 racks, and then one player can keep up the aggressiveness, and the other player can play a bit more macro-oriented, and you basically kind of cover each other's weaknesses here. A couple of Fire Bats even out now for Tenryu, so it looks like Tenryu is going to be kind of like the sleeper here for Team WCE. Lumix is just going to try and buy some time, put on some pressure, make sure Lumix can get his expansion going, and then he is going to be super powerful going into the mid-late game. Although it's going to be interesting though, since he is going Medic Marine, if Crush can get something like Reavers out, that would be pretty insane. But looks like a big attack coming in here. Mutas are out though for Troy. Mutas really helping out for Troy, but that Fire Bat got a big roast on those probes. A decent number of probes have been killed. Oh man, really poor probe count left for Crush, unfortunately, due to the constant pressure. His ally Troy is trying to help him out. His ally did rush for 1 base Mutalisk. But look at this. Oh man, very few probes left for Mr. Crush QC. Now what is Tenryu doing? He does have his expansion up, getting some turrets to help deal with those mutas. Lumix meanwhile just in turtle mode here. He's got a second hatchery, but he doesn't really have that much. He's got the spore colonies to help him against the mutas. But his job is kind of done, right? His job was just to make lings and keep the SK players on the defensive and away from his teammate. And now Tenryu, with this expansion, is in super nice position to carry the game for Lumix. Now, the question is, what is the tech? Okay, the tech is going to be Dark Templars. And these Mutalisks from Troy are going to run around trying to pick off all the free Overlords. Get one more there. Which means poor Lumix is down at 17 of 10 supply. But as long as he doesn't die right now, he can catch up later on. And Tenryu should be shouldering the burden. Tenryu's almost playing like a 1v1 TVZ style here. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it kind of makes sense because Crush lost so many probes. Like, even though he's got his Templar tech up right now, he's pretty far behind. Then again, Troy is on 1 base Muta, so it's not like he has an insane economy either. It looks like his Muta is going to try and make something happen. Oh man, if they can actually kill the Spore Colony, that's going to open up the top side here. Oh man, it looks like Lumix was relying on just the 1 Spore on the top side was not enough, and Lumix actually now in a bit of trouble. But look at this, Tenryu immediately with the counterattack to the top left. There's nothing really he can really do for Lumix here. There's no point sending all his Marines over across map to save his ally. Instead, he's going to try and counterattack, force Troy to bring his Mutas home defensively. Now, there are 2 cannons at the top of the ramp. Oh, he's going to grab 1 Overlord straight away. There's a Sunken there as well. A bunch of drones were made. Looks like some Lings are running out for Lumix to try and distract him. Looks like he's going to use the opportunity to remake his Spore up here. He already lost his Assimilator, or sorry, his Extractor rather. And looks like the Lings are actually going to support this attack. But the drones blocking could be huge here. Look at this, the drones causing a lot of issues on this ramp. He's got a few units shooting down, but the Mutas are here as well. And I don't think this is going to work at all. Oh man, this attack did not do anything and caused Tenryu to lose his entire first Bioforce. Only like 1 drone was killed, and that was it. Really horrible attack there. And now the DTs are out for Crush QC. He's going to go for the counterattack. Looks like now the SK team is going to go after Lumix here. Lumix with very little to do. He's got his Spire almost complete. He's got another Spore Colony even, but the DTs are coming in. Now, there is one Sunken Colony as anti-ground defense. Will the Mutas actually just go for the Sunkens? No, they're actually just going to cover the DTs. The DTs are going to go after the Spore Colonies, and this could be really bad. Lumix is trying to defend with the drones, but he can't drill on the other side of the Spore. The Spore on the top side is going to fall. He can even kill the Sunken. Lumix is in serious trouble right now, and he needs Tenryu to do something, but look at Tenryu. Tenryu's not moving. Tenryu, he's got a small-ish army, a few links coming out to save the day here for Lumix. Oh man, looks like while this has been going on though, Crush QC has taken another base. He's got another base up right now. And actually, I think I mentioned Reavers earlier, but this makes way more sense, getting the Psystorm, because the DTs are generally useful, and the Psystorm is generally useful as well. Reavers take a lot of control, and I'm not sure if it's necessarily worth it. I guess Reavers are fine, but this is a nice follow-up, because of course Psystorm absolutely demolishes Bio. Bio's overall HP is just too low to even dodge very well, but it looks like Lumix at least survived long enough to get his Spire up, so he has his own air units to try and fight off Troy here, but Troy with some pretty good Muta Micro is just taking him down. Looks like Troy planning on taking another hatchery. He's actually got plenty of minerals, but just too focused on the Muta Micro here. If he can, grabs two of those Mutas, and he's gonna take down Lumix's gas again, which means Lumix cannot produce any more of his Mutas. But now the army of Tenryu is massing up here once again. But if Troy just holds the top of that ramp, it's gonna be good. Troy actually for some reason has an extractor here. Did he have a hatchery that died? I'm actually slightly confused about what happened there. I may have just completely missed an expansion getting killed. Maybe Tenryu sent an army up here and killed it or something, but I don't know. Anyway, looks like he's moving in here. More Sunkens are being made. Are the Mutas going to have to come back and defend? There is a Science Vessel, so the DTs won't really be able to do anything. And here we go. The Sunken Cannon combo defense. Is it going to be enough to hold? Oh my god, it's definitely going to be enough to hold, I think. Well, maybe not. The Mutas are not coming back yet. And it looks like now they're coming back. Now he realizes the threat. But now there's an army of High Templars moving to help him out as well. Looks like the Marines actually are busting through. The second Sunken Colony is going to finish. Is there anything in the main base? There's nothing in the main base. He could kill a lot of drones here. The Mutas are coming back though, and the DT as well. And it looks like, oh man, the DT falls. But with this many Mutas, it should get cleaned up. And this is actually an insanely tense game. Big Irradiate. But it looks like the Mutas weren't actually stacked, so able to take that out quickly, and only medics remain here, and a bunch of random High Templar that are just kind of awkwardly standing in the middle of the map. This is actually a pretty sick 2v2. Holy moly. I didn't realize 2v2s were this awesome, and he's just mining this gas with 1 billion drones, because why not? Alright. Oh no, it's definitely not efficient. Look, oh no, he's pushing him out the top side. Oh no. Pull some guys off gas, Lumix. Oh! I don't know what a random High Templar was doing down here, but it got the money storm. And I don't know what these SCVs are doing over here. Was there like a storm drop or something? What the heck is going on? What the heck are these guys doing? Are they just gonna build another base here? Okay, I guess they're just gonna build another base here. These 2v2 players, man, they got some crazy ideas, but I love it. I freaking love it. Oh, he has found him. Okay, no, but seriously, what the heck were they doing over there? Oh, there's the command. Okay, no, he was making an expansion. He wanted to make some turrets. And before he could actually do that, the Mutas took him out. But a nice Irradiate on those Mutas. Oh, man, beautiful Irradiate. And he is actually getting another base. Alright, well that one was less impressive. The random assassin High Templars are an interesting choice here for Crush QC. He's getting goon range now, gonna get some goons out. Seems good. No siege tanks here. Tenryu producing pure Voltras. Surely siege tanks would be a good investment. Well, actually, maybe not. I mean, there's no ground units yet. I mean, Crush QC has only just started making Dragoons. Oh no, he's got no Obs though. Oh man, he needs... He needs Obs. Or he needs Lumix to get Overlord speed. Either one. Oh no, the Vultures could kill these guys in the back. Wait, he's got no Obs. He can't really attack here, right? Well, he's gonna deny the third. Idiot! Wait, does that actually kill them? Whoa, it actually does! Wow, irradiated High Templar. Oh man, and he's now getting caught in the back. The High Templars need to live. Oh man, 2 High Templars falling straight away, but look at it! The storm! The storm is too good! He's gotta be careful not to storm his friendly mutas. Or wait, are those friendly? I can't even tell. Yeah, those are friendly. Oh man, and the third base gets taken down. The Archon probably needs the mutas to help him out. Holy moly. Interesting irradiate there. I guess he didn't get EMP? Oh, EMP wasn't finished researching it. It was so close to being finished. If he could have EMP'd all those High Templars, that could have been very different. But as it is, going to kill off this command center, Team SK, with a small victory. And now it looks like Crush QC is coming in with the rest of his army. And this Marine Force is not very big anymore. More High Templars coming in. And this is why you don't go Medic Marine in TVP. But the Vultures with the High Templar snipes. Boom! No storms for you, and the Lynx coming in from the back, and what I thought was going to be another victory for Team SK actually goes completely the other way. The Protoss Force is the one that gets annihilated without doing anything. Meanwhile, Crush QC is trying to take this base. There is a Ling there, but it appears to be out of vision. Holy moly. And here comes the counterattack into Troy's natural. WCE trying to do some damage of their own. Looks like there's going to be a Muta fight here in the air. I'm a little bit surprised Protoss isn't getting any Corsairs to help deal with all these big air battles, but I guess he's just focusing on the High Templar. But man, he really needs a Robo too. Dude, man, this guy really needs some other tech besides just Templar tech. Either Robo for detection or Stargate for Corsairs to help in the air war. I mean, Corsairs would just vastly swing the air war in their favor. But I think Robo is probably more important because these mines are just doing a serious number on the Protoss. But here we go. The natural expansion of Troy was killed in retaliation for losing Tenryu's third. But it looks like he's going to lose his army yet again. But now we have another counterattack. This is counterattacks everywhere, but there's 5 cannons here. Oh my god, but he could get a big High Templar snipe! Oh, he's only got 3 or 4 mutas, I think. 1 Templar goes down. The other 2 immediately turn into an Archon without even trying to storm. Maybe he just didn't have energy and didn't want to wait for it. Now the other units are coming in. I don't think they're going to be able to kill this Archon with that Dragoon there. But what a ridiculous game. And now Lummox's expansion attempt that he isn't able to cancel is going to be taken down here. It appears that Lummox does not have the air required to actually defend this base, so he's also going to have to lose his expansion. But, actually I didn't notice, but Troy has a hidden base at the 12 o'clock. Troy actually got a hidden base. And it appears that Crush QC is going to be able to keep his 6 o'clock alive, which means the SK team, I feel, is in a pretty strong position right now, especially with Tenryu about to mine out his main base. SK feel like they have a lock on this game. Oh man. This is amazing. Oh my god, I was never a huge fan of 2v2s, but this game is awesome. Holy moly. And I keep having to like remind myself who's on whose team. Uh-oh. Looks like the mutas from Lummox have discovered this base of Troy. Where are Troy's mutas? Troy's mutas are on the other side of the map. They're counterattacking. The Dragoons are not going to be enough to save this base. All of the drones are going to die. Oh my god, he's not even pulling the drones. Wait, but oh no, that's the purple's ally. Alright, never mind. And if the mutas come back, they're just going to get irradiated. Tenryu has his science vessels here, so that if the mutas come back, they're going to get owned by the irradiate. And look at this. Troy knows he doesn't want to come back to defend. He just wants to counterattack. He's just given up the base. I don't know why he didn't pull the drones, though. He could have pulled the drones. But he's does he have spores? Okay, he has spores in his base. And actually, this is going back the other way. I thought SK was in a good position, but after giving up that 12 o'clock for free, that is not great. The threat of these science vessels doing a lot. Now the muta's going in here. I don't think they're going to do well. There's actually only 1 spore finished. The second spore was not morphed. He can even dematrix a muta if he wants to be super awesome. But look at this. Look at this. Not enough Marines for Tenryu. But Troy is in big trouble in his main base. He's pulling his mutas back right now. What is Crush doing? Crush needs to do something. Oh man, he has no obs. So his army just keeps getting blown up by spider mines. It looks like the returning mutas are going to be enough for Troy to survive, but not after losing So many drones. Catastrophic damage to the drone line, but how much damage can Crush do? Crush is up at 132 supply. The Muta's going in, trying to kill as much as they can. This army from Crush could actually finish the game here, maybe. This army has a lot of High Templars. It's 63 supply for Tenryu. He's at 124 supply. He's got double his opponent's supply right here. He's got maximum supply, but oh, big storms on the SCVs! Big storms on the SCVs. And it looks like he's busting down the Terran Natural. Remember, he's on 3 bases right now. He's mined out his main, though, so technically 2. He's got triple forge! What the heck is this? What is that? The Forge Farm is going triple upgrades for Crush QC. And he's taking the 3 o'clock base as well. Crush QC taking this like a boss. Man, I thought this was going to go the other way around. I thought Tenryu, because Tenryu got his expansion the fastest, remember? All other 3 players were on 1 base, where Tenryu had 2 base. But Tenryu, unfortunately, got himself a bit locked into the bio composition, which gets absolutely destroyed by High Templars. So it didn't matter that he had the economic advantage. He couldn't really do anything. And finally, Troy is using his overlords to help the goons sweep mines. You can see still no observatory, no robo even for Protoss. Instead, Troy is just accompanying his ally with the overlords to provide detection and stop them from getting blown up. I'm not sure how well this works though, considering you need to tell your ally where to go with the overlords. And they can't keep up with the goons either. Oh my god. But now he's going after the Zerg player. Lumix is in trouble right now. Nothing really to defend. Goon Templar, pretty strong. Overlords for detection. The Mutas are coming in, but this is a super beefy composition. But there is a counterattack of Medic Marine going into the 6 o'clock. Looks like the Mutas are just going to get wiped out here at the front. Lumix in trouble, but the Siege Tanks are finally on the field. If Tenryu had Siege Tanks earlier supported by the bio, he may not have been in this situation. But he does now have them. But there's 8 cannons at the 6 o'clock, and it looks like Team SK is going to back off after killing that hatchery. They know that's the important thing. The main is virtually mined out. Pretty soon, both Zerg players are going to be mined out on their 1 base. The Terran player has actually lifted his main command center in order to mine from his natural. The cannons on the side have been killed by Siege Tanks, though, and Coons are bugging out. But look at the minimap. The Protoss army is coming down from the back, going to come smash the Siege Tanks, which are now unsupported by the bio. And it looks like the 3rd base is going to be saved with very minimal damage here. Which means both Zerg players are kind of pretty out of the game. They're both mined out, not really able to take expansions. And GG from Tenryu! GG from Tenryu. Team SK with Crush QC carrying with his 3 Forge build. Take down this amazing back and forth 2v2 game. Holy moly, what a game that was. I cannot believe it. Oh my god. Alright. Whew! Which means that SK Gaming, their Team A lineup, are up 2-1 over Team WCE. And it is now up to Kawhi Rice. Wait, why is Kawhi Rice playing again? Alright, well apparently Kawhi Rice gets to play again in order to keep Team WCE's hopes and dreams alive here. Hold on, I'm gonna quickly have a look, make sure I have this right. Yeah, apparently it is. Kawhi Rice versus Talent. Alright, here we go. Kawhi Rice, Team WCE are in a must-win situation. So, well, let's see. Let's see if we have an ace match. I don't think I've casted an ace match in a Clan War yet. No, I don't think any of the Gambit Cup matches went to ace. So, hopefully we get to see one here. I love ace matches, man. It's so exciting. Alright, just updating the score, and here we go. The left side position as the yellow Protoss, it is SK's Talent. And at the bottom right, as the brown Terran, it is Kawhi Rice playing for Team WCE. Now, Kawhi Rice, of course, did already win a game on Blue Storm against SK's Cute. So let's see if he can take another here. I don't exactly know what the rules are for, you know, how many times a player can play, or you know what happens with substitutions if somebody doesn't show up. I think it's, you know, I think it's fairly lenient, considering this is just like an amateur clan league with a bunch of random people. You know, it's hard to get people to always reliably show up. And Nakanaide pointing out the classic 500 APM early game spam. The Spamerinos. And Kawhi Rice with a more modest 300 APM spam. So, I think I mentioned earlier that Talent. Well, I said Ranged was somebody whose name I recognized. Talent is another player whose name I kind of recognize, but that's about it. I have the impression that he's a pretty good player, but I don't know anything specific about him. So we'll see how he does here against Kawhi Rice. I'm not sure how good Kawhi Rice's TPP is. That tends to be a weak matchup for a lot of Terran players. I remember he used to dodge TBT, and his TVZ was pretty good, but I don't remember much about the TVP. I think it was okay. Now, unfortunately for Talon, he's going to scout in the wrong direction here. Kawhi Rice is going to scout in the right direction here on Tau Cross. You could see some early goon pressure from Talon, since it is Tau Cross. It's a flat map, so I like early like 2-gate goon builds. They're quite strong. I think it's strong in general, but especially on flat maps. Is he going to do it? Just yet. Of course, things like Reavers, for example, are also pretty strong. You know, you have the just a thin wall all around your base, so it's very easy for things to get dropped in. You can even do like elevator drops and that kind of nonsense. We're not seeing anything too specific just yet. SV Scout gets in, and Probe Scout also gets in, sees the probes pulled after the factory, so it's going to be the good old FD expansion. He's trying to do some harass. The Marine's out though, so he's gotta leave. Yeah, I mean this is really the only thing you need to see with this Probe Scout to know exactly what the Terran is doing. So we do just have the single gateway from Talent, which is fine. And yeah, looks like he's just gonna stay on 1-gate goon. So you could go 1-gate expansion. I think that's quite likely. Could go 1-gate robo expansion, which I think is less likely, but is also a pretty good build. 1-gate expansion would mean he would have to have quite good goon control to efficiently stop the FD. It's definitely possible, but you know, you just have to be a bit careful with your goons. We don't see anything else. I'm going to have to assume that that's what's happening. Oh. No SCV Scout for you. There's a Spider Mine. He's going to get a 5th Marine. Let's see how many Marines he makes. Is he going to make 6? Usually you stop at 5 or 6. Goon range is going to finish, and that's going to be perfect so that these goons can go and do some harassment with their range, and the probe is going to see the Marine move out here. Ooh! Nicely done by Kawhi Rice, moving out instead of just attack moving to make sure he can go close enough to get the double volley on the probe there. Okay, so this is a very, very standard game. There is the Nexus from Perdos and the second gateway. So Kawhi Rice should be able to put a decent amount of pressure on Talent here. He's even making a 7th Marine here, a lot of Marines, and a 2nd tank. Wow, so he's doing a strong FD here, waiting for the 2nd tank before going for the attack. Most FD players will just go with a single tank and rally Vultures forward, but he's actually waiting for the 2nd tank, and this could be a lot more difficult for Talent to deal with, but great micro with the 3 goons already at the front, able to pick off a lot of these Marines without taking much damage at all. Oh, but looks like one of the goons, oh man, with a bit of a pathing issue, taking a lot of damage there, and there is the command center from Kawhi Rice. So Quiet Rice's command center, of course, is a bit delayed by waiting for that second siege tank. But it does mean this attack is going to be a lot more scary. And boom! Takes down the first Dragoon. That's actually quite a big deal. Cutting the goons down from 4 to 3. 4 goons, I feel, is a kind of like one of those breakpoints where, again, if you have 4 goons, you can 2-shot a siege tank, which is actually quite important. But it looks like Quiet Rice is actually backing off right now. Interesting. Not forcing the issue. I guess Talent did a good enough job microing down all the Marines that Quiet Rice didn't really feel comfortable committing anymore. You can see with only 3 Marines and the 2 tanks. And he wasn't actually even rallying Vultures. He made what appears to just be a single Vulture before switching entirely into siege tanks. Very interesting ordering here from Quiet Rice. I thought he was going to be a lot more aggressive with the 2-tank attack there, but it seems that actually he's just chilling. He is just chilling. Alright, in the meantime, what do we got going on? Got some obs, additional gateways. I think 3 or 4 is a good number. Maybe 4 is the more common number at this point. And Quiet Rice now. Just macroing up. All that good jazz. Planted a mine to block the Protoss' third. It's a little bit difficult for a Terran to get a third base on this map though. So I wonder if he'll try some kind of like 2-base all-in, like a 6-fact or something like that. Because, I mean, realistically, the third base, as you can see here on the Protoss side, is super open and exposed. You know, if you think about Fighting Spirit, how easy it is to take that third base, I mean, look at how much space you have to cover. Not only do you have to cover the side of the expansion, you also have to cover all this ground outside your natural. It's a real pain in the butt for Terran to take a third base against Protoss on this map. And all the other bases are super far away. So yeah, I would not be opposed to some kind of 6-fact all-in here. Nice ring of pylons though. Look at this from Talent. Look on the mini-map. I think I mentioned before, you know, just a little wall here separating your base from the outside of the map, so it makes it easy for Terran to pop in, especially if you consider the spawn positions. Kind of the back of the main is facing the Terran base. Just wants to make sure he's aware of anything happening. Another thing you have to be careful of is there's a cliff over your natural, so Terran can drop siege tanks over there, a la Lost Temple. And it's like Quiet Rice, similarly, making sure there's no funny business going on in the back of his main. So Talent is now moving out with his first observer here, just clearing some mines. Gonna put some pressure on the front. He's brought a decent amount of goons. Oh my god, he might actually be going for a bust here. Whoa, he's going not for a bust. Alright, changes his mind. Realizes that that's probably not a good idea. Yeah, I don't think that would have worked at all. I mean, yeah, that's kind of scary with the 4 Zealots and the shuttle, but that's a pretty solid position. And the main problem is that the goons would just be stupid and attack the barracks when coming in here. Like, this is actually a pretty narrow choke for goons to come in, and the tanks are far back enough that the goons would take a long time to run in and probably all just die. So I think that was very good by Talent not to commit to that attack and instead just go for this third base. This also kind of explains why he only had the 3 gateways. I was wondering a little bit about this. Instead he invested money in the shuttle and the 4 Zealots, which I think is good. That helps a lot against early Terran shenanigans. Is like gonna grab 1 siege tank for free? Okay, never mind, not for free. And he's actually going in here, coming back in with the shuttle. There's no mines on the tank, so he's not at risk of big mine bombs. And the goons are getting obliterated on the side. Oh man, finally a mine exploding. Oh, finally the Zealot's actually doing something. But unfortunately for Talent, his goons just got shredded by the tanks. And it looks like there were some reinforcing goons coming down, but deciding, no way, they cannot do anything over here. Oh man, the shuttle unfortunately gonna fly back over a turret. So Quiet Rice, with that victory, is gonna take this third base out in the open, even though it is very exposed. You know, he did get a bit of a win there on the ground, so he's gonna feel safe taking that. And we're now seeing the Templar archives. No Stargate yet, so it could start off with some Templars. No, there's a Stargate. Okay, he's probably just gonna go straight for Arbiters. But Templars with Storm, I mean, as we saw in ASL recently, I don't want to spoil too much, but Mr. Stork, Mr. Sung Byung-gu showed us the power of Psionic Storm in PBT. And it has actually inspired me to maybe start making Templars again in PBT. I used to love having a shuttle with 4 High Templars in it for the big engagements, but I kind of just stopped doing that because I guess I was lazy. It's a lot of micro. But I think it's very, very effective. It's very effective. Because I think High Templars, since they don't have an attack, they are not prioritized by the AI as an attacking unit. So usually, as long as you have your Zealots and Dragoons running around, those guys will get targeted first by the AI, which means your Templars can usually get off all their storms, unless the Terran specifically micros them down. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's like the command center floating over now. So Quiet Rice going up to 7 factories as well. Nice little base layout here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways. Gonna need to be more than this to deal with 7 factories. But he also needs another base, which is blocked by mines. This is going to be the other easy base for Talon to take, and also for Quiet Rice to take. The problem is, after that, you gotta start moving out onto the map a bit, right? Because once both players take these mineral onlys, then they gotta start thinking about the other 4 bases in the other third of the map, and that actually involves moving out quite a ways away. I mean, even though technically this mineral only is like right next to the main, by ground, it's super far away. So even though I guess you can put a couple of tanks inside your main to help defend this, it's not that great. And also this is another mineral only, which is not super good. Bob, I know what you mean, man. Dude, the new graphics are actually really nice. But I feel like it's unfair though, because didn't they make the F5 old graphics thing look worse than it was before? I don't know why they did that. I wish they would have kept it the same so we get a fair comparison. Because right now, look, like they made it look super bad, right? But it wasn't this pixelated before, for sure. Anyway. Bum bum. Alright, looks like I got some nice production. I'm really paranoid about this little structure kind of making goons freak out. I just gotta be careful with those pesky dragoons. And it looks like Talon's actually gonna skip the mineral only entirely and go straight for another natural. This might be a good idea actually, because right now, you know, he has the opportunity. Quiet Rice is not out on the map just yet. He will be very shortly. And also this means SK Talon can now go into the main and make a bunch of gateways, which is what you want in PBT. But here we go. Quiet Rice has decided now's the time. He's got 1-0. Does he have another upgrade finishing? I don't even know where his armor is. He's actually not doing anything. Alright, so he's just going on the 1-0. He's at 157 supply against 154. Very close supplies. The Arbiter tech is not really ready yet, though, I don't think. Recall is being researched. It looks like he went recall before Stasis. Does he even have an Arbiter out? Sorry, I'm really trying... Okay, the first Arbiter is about to come out. He's coming down the left side here. He's actually... Look at the minimap. The main army of Rice is coming back, although a couple of units perhaps going to just go and siege down at 3 o'clock while the main army comes back. I think that's a really nice move here. Just doing kind of like a double attack. Meanwhile, though, the third base of Quiet Rice is undefended. Look at this. Only a single siege tank in place. And Talon could just run in here, snipe as much as he can, and just peace out. I don't think he'll actually get the command center, because you can see the army of Quiet Rice is coming in. Meanwhile, the probes have evacuated from Talon's third base. And the goon's just getting stuck in here, trying to do as much damage as possible. He's got to be careful, though, because otherwise he can't retreat. And Quiet Rice, just with the A move, and there is the siege up. Goon's getting all stuck up on the SCVs, but where's the rest of the army? Oh man, Quiet Rice having a little bit of problems with his army control, not putting a nice buffer in front of his siege tanks, but there's no zealots here either, only dragoons, which means the Protoss army is going to get completely annihilated here on the field. Very little actual damage done to the Terran. Yes, he cleared the first line of tanks and a handful of SCVs, but that is not the way you want to go down as a Protoss. 109 to 120, both players losing a hefty amount of supply, but Quiet Rice heading back up to the top side. But this could be a mistake, though. You don't want to really fight with low numbers of units in TVP. You need the full might of the siege tank force. He sees the probe transfer, though, but there's the first stasis of the game. It looks like I was wrong. Actually, stasis was already finished, and he went for the recall next. But these probes are, unfortunately for them, going to transfer directly into Kawhi Rice's vultures. There are 2 cannons at the base, but most of the probes don't even make it there. And it looks like Talent is going to try and clean up this small group of tanks on the side if he can. Still losing some goons, but Kawhi Rice is going to see this Nexus. Is he building a command center? He is. He's getting ready to float it over. He actually doesn't want to take the left side mineral only. He's going to take the one behind his main base instead. But Kawhi Rice is actually losing some free units in the middle of the map. This is exactly the kind of engagement that the Protoss wants. These small-scale skirmishes are where the Protoss army shines against the Terran. Look at this, grabbing 3 more tanks pretty much for free here. Might lose another goon. No, does not lose another goon. But looks like all the probes actually died at this right side base, as well as the cannons. Here comes the Arbiter, though. Oh man, there's no obs. Oh no. Oh! Oh! Alright, never mind. Oh wait, the tank was almost dead, though. Alright, cool. Looks like anything else spectacular. More factories being added. Looks like a Goliath range being researched as well. And the Protoss down to basically 2 bases, actually, because his main is mined out. Very, very, very difficult position here for Talent. He even lost a lot of his probes because he transferred over to that new base through the Terran army. Oh man, that is unfortunate. Meanwhile, Kawhi Rice has gotten a mineral only up at the right side, and is getting ready to move out again. He's got 2-0 upgrades for his Terran army. Does he still only have 1 armory? I'm a little bit surprised by that. Nowadays, you usually get 2 armories, right? For those snazzy upgrades. Interestingly, look at this. The 3rd base is quite undefended. Instead, Kawhi really investing most of his army on the attack. The mineral only, though, is in trouble here. Even though it's quite a small Protoss army, he can just run in here and snipe the command center at least. The Terran army is coming in from the back though, so they might not be able to. He is right-clicking the command center. There's the lift to stop the Zealots from attacking it. He needs to do the mass repair. He's going for the mass repair. In comes the Terran army. There's the stasis. There's the scan, but it doesn't look like the Protoss is going to be able to kill off this command center. Going to instead lose all the rest of his units, dropping to below 90 supply against 156 for Kawhi Rice. He doesn't even have energy for a recall or anything anymore. A few more units coming in. The new base is not mining. Loses the Arbiter as well. Oh man, very, very sad times for Talent. And I think we could be heading into an ace match. Ladies and gentlemen, Talent gonna just try and defend this expansion, but he's got less than a control group of units. Although it's less than a control group of Terran as well, but it doesn't matter. It's actually, it's actually 1-0 for the Protoss, but irrelevant. GG for Talent, from Talent, and Kawhi Rice takes it to an ace match, 2-2 between WCE and SK. Holy bananas. We did it, guys. We're in an ace match. We're doing it. Oh man, and this is actually going to be very interesting. So Kawhi Rice has won 2 games for his team. Presumably, Kawhi Rice will be the ace player for Team WCE. Whereas SK, I guess they'll send out Terror, which means we could have a long TVT game, and it's going to be on Destination. A TVT on Destination, guys, could go for hours and hours, depending on the builds. And I don't think Kawhi Rice is particularly comfortable in TVT either. So I think SK really probably should send out Terror here for the ace match if he was available. Of course, it also depends on the player availability. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the ace match between Team WCE and Team SK. This is the A-team lineup for SK. They've actually fielded 2 teams for the Pan American Team League. They have SKA and SKB. I will be casting the SKB team lineup versus DM Ice on Friday, as well as DM Fire versus SEC's A team, I believe. So yeah, although, excuse me. Whew. All right, that might depend on the on whether I can get the replays in time, because it seems that a few of those replays were also missing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, game in number 5. The ace match between WCE and SK Gaming here in week 2 of the Pan American Team League. It's going to be on Destination, And here we go into the game. Alright, let me update. The score is 2-all. And at the top position as the teal Terran, we have Terror. And at the 6 o'clock, it's not Kawhi Rice. It is going to be Striker 1 as the yellow Zerg. Striker is also playing. Man, this is another familiar name. Definitely a high-level player, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think he, like, back in the day, I don't think he was quite as good as Kawhi Rice, but I'm not sure about his form right now. Sorry, I totally choked myself on some grapes. But the thing is, this might make sense though, because again, Kawhi Rice is not particularly comfortable in TVT, and Destination is a tricky map to play as well. So let's see if Striker can pull out some magic here for Team WCE. This is the ace match. These are the ace players. So, Barracks at the front, not in position to do a full wall though, which you can do on Destination, and it's actually not bad because of how many different crazy builds you can do on this map. Whew. Alright, so looks like we're gonna have a 12 hatch from Striker. Pretty standard. And it looks like, what do we got here? Scout, good times, all that good jazz. Anybody got 600 APM? 500 APM? Nah, Terra's pretty close. He's doing the spam arena. Terra, I think, often goes for like funky timings in TVZ, where he'll do kind of like early marine attacks, and if you're not prepared and have a sunken, then you can often just die, which is quite funny. But it doesn't look like he's doing that here. Whoa, hello. Now he sees the 12 hatch from Striker. Gonna wail away on this drone a little bit. And what else do we... Wait, what? Oh my god, wait, what? Wait. Okay, this is not what I meant. I mean, even Pandabear guy's freaking out about this. This is not what I meant when I said funky timings, but I mean, I guess it is a funky timing. Oh my god, he built a third hatchery. Oh my god, I don't think the Overlord saw it. I think the SCVs went down the left side. Oh my god, the bunker rush is commencing! The ace match! In the ace match, the bunker rush is commencing. Can Striker hold on here? There's a lot of SCVs down. If he can actually drone drill to the natural minerals, I think he should move his Overlord up with the natural, but I guess it's too late for that now. He's trying to kill him! Oh no, the Marines all get into the bunker! He needed to kill the Marines before they could get into the bunker, and this could be a very quick ace match, ladies and gentlemen! Oh my god, Terror with the bunker rush! He didn't even build an ARAX or anything. This is just like a normal timing. He's gonna try and get this 4th Marine. I don't think he's gonna get it with just the 3 drones. Oh my god. This is so bad for Striker. Oh no, what is he doing? Oh, he's just going all in. Oh, this is not gonna work though, is it? Ah, he can't really get it. He's trying to get the SCVs. Striker! Striker! GG! Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we got the ace match. It wasn't quite the ace match I expected. But Terror with the bunker rush in just a touch over 4 minutes takes the series for Team SK. A 3-2 victory over WCE. Some very, very good games, some interesting games. But man, that was definitely a solid clan war there between those two teams. So So yeah, very interested to see what they do. It's pretty cool that Kawhi Rice is on WC. I really am interested in following WCE kind of through this tournament. You know, he's got Kawhi Rice. I think Awa is kind of their captain / manager. He's been doing a lot of good work organizing tournaments and stuff. So yeah, kind of rooting for Team WCE. But wow. What a way to end the day. I thought this was going to go a lot longer than that, but I guess that is all. So thank you guys all for tuning in. This was my first Pan American Team League cast. For those of you who don't know, this is kind of like an amateur team league for American teams, well, North American and South American teams, that Psionic Reaver has organized to kind of try and promote or bring up new talents, new American talents in the Brood War scene. So it's a pretty cool idea, pretty cool league. And it's actually going to be there's actually going to be a European mirror of that, which would be the Gambits Cup Season 4, which will be organized by AWA and is actually sponsored by Gilded.gg. So we're going to have kind of like a Western or an Eastern Conference and Western Conference kind of thing, if that makes sense. And I think they're even planning on working together and having like a, best of the Pan American Team League versus best of the Gambits Cup Season 4, which should be quite exciting as well. But yeah, otherwise that's all from me for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed these games. Big shout out to Psionic Reaver for handling all this. It's a pretty big task to manage this team league. And I also want to give a big shout out to Foxhan, by the way, who reached out to me and has actually started making some really awesome graphics on my stream. So if you guys scroll around on the Twitch page a little bit, you can see all my my fancy new graphics. Got a new sub icon. I'm starting to use Twitter again, guys. So if you want to make sure you don't miss any of the casts, you can follow me on Twitter at SayleTL. Yeah, that is about it. So I'm gonna go look for somebody to host. And thank you guys all for watching. I will be casting on Friday 2 more matches from the PATL, and I'll be casting a ton this weekend. On Saturday at 1 o'clock British time, there is going to be the ESL Weekly, number 5, I believe, followed by the Clash for Char, number 4. I think I'll be doing both of those if I don't collapse. And then Sunday, I'm going to be doing the Gambits Cup Throwback. So there's going to be a ton of StarCraft coming your way, guys. Stay tuned for that, and see you on Friday.